Okay, the first word I want you to put on your board or your paper is this word. Okay, now after that's on your paper, I want you to look at it and I want you to underline any vowel patterns you would keep together or any other chunks that you would leave together to make sounding this out easier. Okay, so you could either underline it or separate it, maybe circle it. I see that there's an I-N-E, there's a silent E there, so I'm going to keep those together. I see a G-R together, that blend, gur. I'm going to keep that together. And I'm seeing A-P-E together. It's got that, maybe that E is helping that A say its own name. Now I'm going to try and sound it out. I'm going to read it in chunks instead of every single letter by itself. Gur, ape, v, ein. I'm not done reading it. I have to go back and I have to say all of the sounds, all of the chunks together faster. Grape, vine, grapevine. So that's like a branch of a plant, and that's where grapes grow from. It's a grapevine. Okay. Next word that I want you to write on your board is this one. Okay, and after that's written, I want you to look for any chunks of the word you would keep together. And notice long vowel patterns or long vowel teams that you would want to keep together. Okay, when I look at this one, right away what sticks out to me is I see IGH. So I'm going to keep those together and draw some long lines so they don't look like they're part of my word. I don't want them to look like I'm adding some extra L's there. I'm keeping IGH together. I am going to keep, I see an SH together. You don't split those letters up. I'm going to keep SH together. And then I also see an FL. That's a blend. I'm keeping FL together. Put a long line there. Okay, now when I read this, I can read it in chunks instead of letter by letter. So I'm going to try it. I want you to try and do it with me. Fl, a, sh, l, I, t. Flashlight. Flashlight. You might use one of those when it's really dark outside and you need a little bit of light to be able to see. The flashlight. Okay, let's do another one together. All right, I want you to go ahead and write this word on your board. And after it's on your board, separate your word into chunks to make this easier to read. Look for those long vowel patterns, maybe SH, CH, any other blends you might keep together. And then I want you to try and read it using those chunks that you had. All right, so when I look at this again, what sticks out to me is this IGH. I know IGH makes that long I sound. I also see this LY at the end, that suffix, and I know that makes the lee sound, so I'm going to keep that together. Ooh, this one also has a prefix on it. It has 2 extra letters tacked onto the front. Un. Something that's not. Un means not. All right. Now that I have it broken up, now I'm going to try and read it chunk by chunk instead of by each letter. Un, Unsightly. Have to put it all together faster. Unsightly. 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 Something that's not nice to look at. Un means not. So it's not nice to look at. Something that would be unsightly. Alright, so I'm going to write some words on my board. You are going to copy these words. Then on your own, you're going to separate them into different chunks. After they're separated into different chunks, you're going to need someone in your house to help you. They're going to have to record you on your iPad, reading those words in chunks, and then reading it fluently. So you're putting all those chunks back together. Then you're going to have to upload your video to Seesaw. I'll show you one so that you know exactly what I'm talking about. So let's say this was one of the words I gave you. It's like what we just did. But you could look at this word and then you write it on your paper and then you separate it into chunks. So here are my chunks. I see EA making an E sound. I see my AY makes an A sound. And DR together makes a DER sound. So you have this written on your paper, and then you ask someone in your house to record you. And this is what you should be doing when they record you. D, A, DER, E, M. Daydream, daydream. So you read it back to them part by part, and then you say it fluently. You put it together as one word. Alright, so now is your chance to copy these words so that you can get your video done. Here's the first word I want you to write on your paper. Go ahead and copy that one. Okay, here's the next one. Okay, here's your next one. Alright, and here's the last one. Okay, so now remember what you're going to do is you're going to break apart each one of those words. Then you need someone to record you reading those words. And then upload your video into your Seesaw journal.